Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another exciting episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And to with man, I tell you, I'm so speechless by this whole card. Man, I just saw the card, and I gotta say, oh man, we are in for a treat. But with that being said, I'm your host, that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. This month he's in Las Vegas. Next month is Tokyo, Japan. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. You see, once again we have WrestleMania 41 or WrestleMania Vegas night one tonight. And like I said, man, I like where this is going. I'm looking forward to actually, seeing how things unravel for this whole card. A lot of these matches have had a great build up, and I am all for it. And with that being said, also, unfortunately, my two co-hosts, Kathy Knight and Rob Bass, they couldn't be here today due to some personal matters they had. No, I did not fire them. They actually had some personal matters. Like I said, life happens, so you know, outside of this, they have lives. I have a life too. So, life happens, but they will be back um on later episodes as well. But Kathy will most likely be on tomorrow. I don't know about Rob. Rob has some stuff going on. But yeah, they're still part of Ringside Society. Just people have stuff to do. But joining us is a special guest, one of my good friends from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a guy who I've met personally. Hell, before even Ringside Society was a figment of my imagination, we were up and down the streets of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, acting all crazy, you know, in our wild boy phases, pretty much like a mixture of, you know, DX, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, Jay and Silent Bob, and Method Man and Redman. We were menaces back in the day, and joining us once again, Bobby Stryker. How you doing today, sir?
The man ready for WrestleMania 41.
Awesome. I gotta ask you, man. How do you feel about the card? How do you feel like overall about the card and the build up just for night one? We're gonna talk about night two tomorrow. That when this
Um,
night two time. But how do you
honestly,
feel about night one?
I think night one is gonna be better than night two. In my opinion.
Okay, you might be right because what I've seen here, and I have the card up. Um, it looks very interesting, and we have matches like we have Gunther versus Jey Uso, Jay Cargill versus Naomi, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. We have uh, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. All those great matches, and some of them could have twists and turns and whatnot. For the most part, all of them have had a great build up, and I gotta commend WWE. They've done their thing in the span of a few months building up these cards, especially night one. So you might be right. Night one just might be the better card. But I'll be going to both of them. I best believe I'm not. I didn't fly all the way to Vegas to go to one night. It's gonna be
Yeah.
2 nights for me. So
Mhm.
wish me luck. I'm gonna be a very tired man both these nights. But anyways, so which match are you looking forward to?
Um, the triple threat with CM Punk, Rollins, and Roman Reigns.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be that match. I'm gonna speak on that. I'm gonna speak on that when we get to that. But anyways, here we go. So we have WrestleMania night one. And okay, here we go. So the first match we have. And for those of you that are watching, those of you that are currently watching, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Instagram, which we're on. I'm actually for those of you that actually have your that are actually commenting on Instagram. Um, like I said, in all honesty, I'm sorry, but for some reason, Instagram does not allow us to show, for some reason, show the uh comments that you post. Not like YouTube, where okay, you can actually just or YouTube or Twitch, where you can actually just pin the comments and so on. Unfortunately, they don't let us do that. I don't know why, but I'm still grateful for them. We're still grateful for them to let us at least stream on their platform. So if you actually um make a comment or your own prediction, by all means, we will definitely read it out. And as long as it's respectful. If it's something that's disrespectful, obviously we're not going to read it. But if it's just a prediction or anything, we'll definitely read it and so on. So or a compliment or anything. So once again, we're sorry to all our we apologize to all our Instagram viewers. So the first match we have is the singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Is the defending champion, the Ring General or General. I could never get that accent, but the Ring General, a man who brings prestige to any title he holds, Gunther, defending against main event Jay Uso. Bobby, who you going with for this one?
Um, honestly, I think everyone wants Jey Uso to win, but I think Gunther's gonna win. I just with the after unless if Jimmy comes back and helps Jay, but I don't think Jay can beat Gunther by himself. It hasn't been done. It's been 3 times. Like, why would it change this time?
True, you just might be right. You just might be onto something there, but Jay. I think Jay's gonna pull it off, and the reason being is because after what he's been through. I mean, if you look at Jay's, evolution from being one of the Usos to, and not even one of the Usos, the other Uso, because let's be honest, before Jay Uso went out on his own and started doing the whole thing, you couldn't really he was pretty much like the other Uso. Jimmy was the one with the more popular with that was more popular because due in part that due to the point that his wife Naomi was a member of Total Divas, so he got showcased in that light. So people knew like, oh yeah, that's Jimmy, yeah. And then there's Jay, his brother, the other Uso. But now it's like Jay Uso's up there in terms of popularity. Now he might even be more popular than Jimmy. But I'm gonna go and then not and then you have then what I'm also looking at too is that he went from that to being Roman Reigns' right hand man, the right hand man for the tribal chief, and all the stuff he's been through from getting having matches with Roman and having to acknowledge him and the thing with Sami Zayn and all that. I honestly think this is his time to shine. And then, of course, the man just beat down. The man just beat down. Gunther just beat down Jimmy, bloody Jimmy. So I honestly think Jey Uso's gonna pull the win, unless they're gonna do like Undertaker and Ric Flair. Remember Undertaker and Ric Flair back in WrestleMania? What was it? Oh man, I'm getting old here. WrestleMania 18.
Yeah.
How Undertaker beat up David Flair, Ric Flair's son,
Hmm.
and then I thought Ric Flair was gonna win. Then no, he lost. So unless they're gonna have type of um some other type of um some other type of angle, I honestly I honestly see Jay winning, getting this win. That's pretty much who I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna go with Jay Uso to get the win.
I'll
He's
ask this
definitely
to
gonna.
that. If Jay
Huh?
wins, that man better watch out for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, you might be right. Drew McIntyre, he's on a rampage, and he's always been wanting to get that win, that championship win in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And he got it, but he got complacent and started messing with CM Punk. So, and then ultimately Punk just, put a
Probably
beat down on him, and yeah. So yeah, he definitely. I think eventually Drew's gonna get that win too. Drew's gonna get that championship win in front of the crowd and have a long title reign. But we'll see. We will see. All right. So the next match we have is a tag team match for the World Tag Team Championship. It's going to be the defending champions, the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, defending against the New Day, which is Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. If you ask me, I really do think they should have changed that name because New Day will always be Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E.
yeah,
I think they should have changed that name to
especially
something
especially
else.
the new gimmick too.
But hey, to each their own. Who you got for this one though, Bobby?
I'm gonna go with the War Raiders. I just think they're too much on a roll right now to drop to New Day.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, War Raiders, they do have a lot of experience as a tag team together. And they have actually been all over the world as a tag team as well, too. Okay, who we have here? White Nubian King. Okay. I've seen a lot, but this is something I've never seen before. But hey, very, very creative. Um, okay, so you say Vince McMahon resurrection during main event on Easter Sunday. The Devil rises to help Cena destroy wrestling. Okay, White Nubian King. I get that. That would kind of be interesting, but my thing is, we're talking about date. We're talking about night one right now. So, but thanks for that prediction. That's cool. I doubt that would happen, but then again, stranger things have happened before. So that would kind of be interesting. It would kind of be.
I thought that's
I
gonna
don't.
happen
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
especially with what Vince went through the past 2 years.
Yeah. If you know, you know, and we're not going to talk about that on
Yeah,
here because it's messy, man. It's
yeah,
messy, So, um, yeah, we're not gonna touch that. But me, I think New Day are gonna pull it off. They're gonna find some way to be crafty and pull it off. And I think this would benefit them because since they've actually, kicked Biggie out of the group, they haven't really had that momentum. I mean, yeah, they've gotten, a victory here and there, but they haven't really been, clicking as a tag team with the fans, like as a heel tag team. So I think I think they're gonna find some way to pull it off. And I always wonder if things had worked out with Odyssey Jones, um, if things had worked out with him, if we would have seen him in the group, and we would have seen him in the group as a new version of the New Day. That would have. I wonder if that would have been. I wonder if that actually would have been a thing because if what happened with him outside wrestling didn't happen, I think that was the direction they probably would have gone. I think that is the direction they might have gone.
yeah,
But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the New Day on this one. They're gonna find some way to actually um, pull off the win.
yeah.
So the next match we have is a singles match. This is a funny match because we all know who this person is, but um, well, we all suspect who this person is, but it could be a swerve. So we have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Bobby, who you got for this one?
I'm gonna go with the upset and say that El Americano is gonna win. Because I can see them pulling the story out a little longer. And Rey Mysterio really doesn't need this win. He doesn't need it. I think that they could make the story go on longer with AKA Chad Gable. We don't know who it is, but I think they could have the story go on a little longer if they carry it on. I'm going to check. We're going with Americano.
I'm actually, I like this. I like actually like this story with El Grande Americano and Rey Mysterio. Um, Man, this is kind of hard to call because I know Rey Mysterio, he's a veteran, but El Grande Americano, I'm actually enjoying this right now.
It's different, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. I guess I will. Oh boy. I'll probably have to go. I'll probably have to say this. Um, El Grande Americano is going to get the win, but he's going to get unmasked. I have a feeling he's going to get the win, but he's going to get unmasked. So I'm gonna go to El Grande Americano to get this.
Yeah.
So the next match we have is a singles match, and it's going to be. Oh man, this match. Whew, man, the build up for months. I like how they did this match. You have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Um, Bobby, who you got for this one?
I think Jade Cargill is going to run a train on Naomi. Honestly, I think she's going to beat the hell out of her. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a match. I think it's going to be a fight. They're both in great shape. Both are great athletes, and it's going to be a good match. That's all I can say about that.
okay.
But I really think Jade Cargill is going to come. And I hope Bianca doesn't get involved in it. I really hope she doesn't.
I think Naomi's gonna win.
You do?
She's gonna find some way, and she's actually gonna end up. She's gonna find some. Although she's at a size disadvantage. The only thing she has going right now is experience and quickness as well too, because she's pretty quick. I still think she's gonna pull this off. Mind you, I know Jade is a powerhouse. Jade is not one to play with, but Naomi is actually gonna pull this win, and I think she's gonna call in a favor from a family member in the form of Nia Jax, because remember those two are like this, and I think I could be wrong. Maybe it was that AI nonsense that people like to do, but say somebody said that she said, forget Rikishi. So
Yeah.
Jade said that. So you don't mess with that. You don't mess with the family. You don't ever mess with especially that family. That way, where you have like 20, 30 people that are that are in professional wrestling. Yeah, you don't want to mess with those people, man. They are
Well,
not
it
people to
didn't
play
really
with.
hurt family though. She's just married to Jimmy.
Yeah, but still, she's married into the family. So I mean, you know, she was Tamina and her weren't family, and she's married into them. And they were stable. So
Yeah.
um, I think she's gonna call in a favor, and Nia Jackson's gonna help her win this match, and is gonna go on for a bit more. But honestly speaking, though, I like this version of Naomi. Now I like this version of Naomi better than
The
the
glow.
heel run she had. No, no, no. Remember, she had another heel run before this. She had one back in 2015 when it was her when she was in that stable with her, Tamina, and Sasha Banks. They were called Bad
Yeah.
BAD. Yeah, I like this heel run better. And I never thought she would get another heel run, but there's a lot that they could do with her this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Naomi to pick up the win. So the next match we have I think we have like two more matches. Oh, three more matches. Okay. So we have the megastar LA Knight defending his championship against the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Bobby, who going for this one?
I'm going with Jacob Fatu. This guy's on too much of a rampage to be taken down now. I think it's gonna be a good fight because LA Knight's good too, but Jacob Fatu is too much on a rampage. You can't stop the guy.
Yeah, that guy is definitely a menace. Um, Jacob Fatu is money, man. Like real talk, Jacob Fatu is money. And I've seen him. I've seen. I didn't see too much of him on the Indies, but from the matches I've seen, the guy can go. The guy is no joke. He's actually pretty cool outside. I'd never forget that one time where that idiot fan. And this is why I tell you fans, if you're gonna enter the business respectfully. If you don't, you're gonna get your ass kicked. That one fan that decided to antagonize him and show him the middle finger, he just pretty much knocked his ass down. I was like, wow, he played himself. I would not want to mess with Jacob Fatu. But yeah, the man's hella talented. I'm gonna have to go with Jacob Fatu to get this one. I think he's definitely gonna go ahead and um, get his second championship win, his first singles title win. So new United States champion Jacob Fatu. That's what we're gonna see after this match.
I never seen a guy that big do a moonsault like the way he does it.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, we given the amount of years we've been watching wrestling, we've seen. But if you're talking about the quickness, yeah, but there have been big guys that have done moonsaults. Come on, Bam Bam Bigelow. Come on, bro. Big Van
This
Vader.
guy jumps on the ropes, so he doesn't like climb up there. He jumps on them.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me. Like the way
Yeah,
that part is like, wow, this guy is something else, man. But I think Jacob Fatu is gonna get this win. And I'll say this. In a year or two, we're gonna see Jacob Fatu as a world champion.
oh yeah,
Best believe that.
he's gonna win Money in the Bank or Rumble or something and take it like that. I think.
I don't know how he's going to be as a face. I've never seen him. I can't recall seeing any of his matches where he was a face. But I've heard people say he's really good, and I think he'll be funny. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu, he's going to be the new WWE United States champion. So the next match we have two more now. Second to last match, a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. Bobby, I know you love this one. I know you love them blondes too. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. Somebody once said, blonde on blonde violence." I'm like, hey, I like how this one's looking for some reason. So a lot of people don't like it. Me, I have no problem with it. Because both these women are talented. It's going to be Tiffany Stratton defending her championship against the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Who are you going for this one, man?
I honestly think Tiffany Stratton's gonna take it. I know most people say Charlotte's because Charlotte's Flair, but I think Tiffany is in Charlotte right now. So what she said last couple weeks, and I think Charlotte is not. I think Charlotte's that hadn't seen this. This is a different Tiffany Stratton than we used to see. It ain't the blonde bombshell anymore. She's into her own like championship now, and I think she's gonna take it to Charlotte this time.
Okay. Honestly speaking, oh man. Oof. Oh boy. Tiffany Stratton or Charlotte Flair? Man, this is a hard decision. I think Charlotte Flair is going to pick up this win, though. I think she's going to get the win. Tiffany Stratton is definitely going to take it to her, but I think Charlotte Flair is going to be the new champion after this match. But right here just might be the match that steals the show because both these women have a gymnastics background. Both Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Both have actually had a taste of the old school. Charlotte Flair, obviously she's Ric Flair's daughter, so she's grew up in the business. And you have Tiffany Stratton, who actually was trained by Greg Gagne over in the Midwest. But no, 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 no. Wait, was it Greg Gagne that trained her? I could be wrong, but I believe she was trained by Greg Gunn. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Don't don't quote me on it. I want to get my facts straight. I really want to get my facts straight. Um, let me see. Give me a second. Yes, okay, I was correct. Greg Gagne. And if you don't know who Greg Gagne is, he is a professional wrestling legend. He's the son of Vern Gagne, who used to own AWA. Greg Gagne actually wrestled for the AWA as well. I believe he was a tag team champion over there with Jumping Jim Brunzell, who is more popularly known to old school fans as one half of the Killer Bees in WWE. But yeah, Greg Gagne had a hand in training her as well. And yeah, so she has that old school wrestling training background. So both of them have similar have similar background. Charlotte, I believe, has the height advantage, but I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair. She has the experience. This is not her first rodeo at WrestleMania. This is Tiffany's first, and I think she's gonna pull off the win. So,
Do
but
you
it's
think
gonna be a hell of a match.
do you think Tiffany has a strength advantage?
Ooh, good. Honestly, I don't think I don't. She just might because she looks like she lifts.
Yeah.
But in regards to quickness and the high flying, we both know they're both equal because they both have that gymnastics background. So you know, um, this is why I like this match too because these are two women that are like pretty much even. And then the whole gimmick they have too. I mean, Charlotte Flair, she's like daddy's little girl. Kind of she looks kind of spoiled. Tiffany Stratton, she has the whole daddy's, little daddy's little girl, spoiled rich gimmick as well too. So I
That's like Charlotte 2.0.
yeah, but either way, this is gonna be a great match. This
Yeah.
is definitely gonna be one to remember. But I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair to get the win. So the last match, the main event of WrestleMania Night One. It's all right here. It's gonna be three men who despise each other. Three men who have a past with each other. Nobody likes each other. Nobody's trying to be friends. They're trying to decimate one another. And this match is gonna be all over the place. We have the tribal chief in a triple threat match. The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, versus the best in the world, CM Punk, with Paul Heyman, who was the wise man for Roman Reigns, versus the revolutionary Seth, the visionary, the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins. Well, he's no longer Seth freaking Rollins. He's just Seth Rollins now. But we have that triple threat match going on. Bobby, who you got for this one?
This is a tough one. All three of these guys are on top of their game right now. They all have something they're fighting for. We got CM Punk who's fighting for his first WrestleMania main event ever. We have Roman Reigns who just to prove he's dominant. We got Seth Rollins who said he's trying to beat the cancer in the business, which is CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and make the company thrive more. I guess what he's saying. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins in this. Um, I just think the promos he's been pulling and what he's been saying is just too much for. I don't know. I'm just a big Seth Rollins fan. We've been a Seth Rollins fan, so I'm just gonna go with Seth Rollins on this one.
Okay. Hmm. Wow, this is so. I got a huge prediction for this one. Honestly speaking, I'm with you on this one. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins. He this oh man, Roman really does not like this guy. Like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, Seth Rollins said, screw this, forget this. I'm gonna go. do my own thing, and he hit Roman Reigns in the back with a chair first. Then he hit Dean Ambrose, who's now known as John Moxley in AEW, and pretty much left the Shield hanging. One of the greatest factions of the 2010s. In one night, he just broke up and went his own way. Roman never let it go. I don't think Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, let it go. But Roman never got over it. It's been in his head. I think Roman lives rent free. I mean, I think Seth lives rent free since that moment. Has always lived rent free in Roman's head, and he just can't get over it. And I think this is going to mess him up more because Seth is not only going to get the win, but he's going to leave with Paul Heyman as his manager. It's
You think
going to
that?
happen.
You think that's the favor?
Bro, no. The favor was for CM Punk, not well. The favor was assumed for CM Punk to um. What it was assumed was for him to main event WrestleMania, but not just that, but to have Paul Heyman, his best friend, as his manager.
Okay, but remember Seth Rollins could have he could have curve stop Paul Heyman. He said you owe me a favor because he didn't do it. He
That
had the
may,
opportunity to do it. He said you're gonna owe me a favor, so that might play in the match too. It might happen during the match.
yeah, I think we're gonna see.
He could screw CM Punk and go with Seth Rollins. That's what I think might happen.
Yeah, he's been a wise man to Roman. He's been a manager to or advisor to CM Punk. But now I guess he has so many different he has so many different titles. Wise man to Roman Reigns, advocate for Brock Lesnar, manager for CM Punk, or what's he gonna call himself now? The fashion advisor for Seth Rollins? Like what? Like really?
I could see Paul Heyman just getting up and leaving the match completely though. He could do that too.
You know he's gonna if he goes with Seth Rollins, he's gonna give himself a new name. Watch and see. I'm curious to see what he's gonna call himself. Is he gonna call himself, the fashion advisor
The
or
fashionista.
the revolutionary something? He's gonna give himself some name if he goes with Seth Rollins,
Maybe he'll
and
be the
that's
new
my
Messiah like Seth Rollins used to be.
yeah. Um, but I think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see Paul Heyman make that turn, and he's gonna give himself some new fancy name. Which, in hey, get it how you live it.
Yep.
He's definitely one of the greatest managers of all time,
And if he's
especially in
with
this
you,
era.
you get a title run.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he did wonders for Brock Lesnar. He did wonders for Big Show. He did stuff for wonders for I think Ryback when Ryback was with him. He won a title. So yeah,
Everybody thought
and
gold.
Yeah, then Roman Reigns won one. So yeah, the man works wonders for people. He's like I say, he's this era's Bobby Heenan or Bobby the Brain Heenan or Jimmy Hart. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, he's definitely up there as one of the greats. So yeah, yeah, that's my prediction for that match.
Wasn't
Seth
he in the fall?
Rollins.
Wasn't he in the Hall of Fame last year? Paul Heyman?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. I was very disappointed with that because I think they should have put more people in there. It should have. I mean, granted, it was fitting that they put him in that he was. They were in Philadelphia and they put Paul Heyman as um a member as an inductee in that Hall of Fame. But I think they should have put other people. They should have put like another person from ECW aside. Besides Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, don't get me wrong, he deserved it. He was right for that year. But they could have put like Tommy Dreamer or the Sandman or somebody. Like there's a lot of people that they could put in that Hall of Fame. Me personally, I don't take that Hall of Fame too seriously because I've always said that the Cauliflower Alley Club is the most prestigious one of them all, and I'll try to make that ceremony this year. It's in August, so for those of you fans that don't know, if you love the the Cauliflower Alley Club. Let me rewind. The Cauliflower Alley Club is actually another Hall of Fame that does um, ceremonies, induction ceremonies in Las Vegas, which is where I'm at right now. And they have a lot of legends, and there's a rich history with them. Like, if you want to know how things were with wrestling way back when, if you want to get some of the cool stories from legends that were wrestling back in like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and so on, then the Cauliflower Alley Club is the place you want to be at. I know we're talking about WrestleMania, but I'm just saying, like, when the smoke is clear from WrestleMania, when the festivities and everything are done and everybody goes back to their residences, their homes, back with their families and friends, you might want to check out the Cauliflower Alley Club and look into it, because it is definitely an interesting thing to see. And I heard that it wasn't really open to fans a lot, but over the last couple of years, they've been making more and more events open to fans. So definitely check it out. And from what I've seen personally, it'll cost you way less than a WrestleMania ticket. So if you live in Vegas and you go to WrestleMania, that how many hundreds you're spending, I guarantee you're not gonna spend a lot. So definitely check out the Cauliflower Alley Club. It's worth seeing. I'm a huge wrestling history buff. I like to learn about things that happened way back when, before my time. The kind of wrestling fan I am. Yes, I started watching in 1990, but what I missed before 1990, I watched and read about in magazines. I watched on VHS tapes and even YouTube. So definitely check out the Cauliflower Alley Club. I believe it's going to be August 1st and the 2nd, or it's sometime in August. I think it's either early August or mid August, but no. Actually, something? It's actually later in August, because early August is SummerSlam. But either way, look into it, Google it, and you will see it's something to definitely check out if you're a wrestling fan. But anyways, back to WWE. Those are our predictions for the card. That's the whole card right there that we just went through. Before we, shut everything down, Bobby, do you have any final predictions for this card?
Um, no, just what we said, but I don't know. I heard this. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that um, what's her name? Chelsea Green's gonna come out and open challenge, which I think is a good idea. I like to see it happening. But they said it's gonna be her and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss come out and open challenge. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what.
Okay. Well, we know that I don't know if they're gonna do that, because both of these cards, from what I see, have 7 matches each. If I honestly, I hope if she does that, it's not really a squash match, but normally, or which is going to result in her getting squashed, because normally that's what happens when when you do something like that at WrestleMania. You have an open challenge. You know, the person that is the mystery opponent ends
Mm,
up winning, and it's normally a squash match.
yeah.
I've seen it so many times. I mean, John Cena didn't have an opponent at WrestleMania. He was in the stands. He looked goofy in the stands, but I was laughing. I'm like, look at this guy, John Cena's eating popcorn and whatnot. But they told him last minute he had a match, and it was against the Undertaker. He got squashed. Who would have thought? Mr. Hustle, loyalty, and respect, the man they call Super Cena, would have got squashed, but it was the Undertaker. And same thing with Seth Rollins 3 years ago. He didn't have an opponent, and lo and behold, it was the returning Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes won that match. So honestly, I hope they don't do that. I hope it's just some kind of, and if it does, I hope it's by DQ that the person wins, because I really like how Chelsea Green, you know, is pretty much bringing prestige to the United States Championship. She's a great wrestler. And I'm telling y'all right now, don't let that gimmick fool you. Don't let the goofiness that she does fool you. That woman is hella talented. and it's only a matter of time until she ends up in the main title scene, and she's definitely gonna show y'all what she's made of. So I think that would be interesting, but I honestly I hope not. I mean, but like I said, it's
We've seen
WrestleMania.
crazy
Anything
things
could
happen
happen.
before.
Yeah, but we got 7 matches for both nights,
This
and
is
with that,
tomorrow. This on hand for tomorrow. Who do you think Randy Orton's going to fight?
I don't know, but we'll say that for tomorrow because
Uh,
that's night two. Trust me, bro. I know you're excited, bro. Trust me, I know I'm excited too. But we're gonna save all that for tomorrow. But
okay.
we 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 could both actually formulate an idea of between now and then as who it might be. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's gonna be an interesting match to see. Who's he gonna fight? But anyways, with that being said, um, me personally, I don't have any big predictions, any general predictions. Just that you know, um, Nia Jax is going to make her return and help Naomi. I think that's going to happen. I think this match is also going to lead to Jade and Bianca getting into it. We're finally going to get that that Jade Cargill Bianca Belair rivalry that we saw a glimpse of at a Royal Rumble a year or two ago.
Yeah.
We're going to see that.
I
And
like
that,
I like to see Jade as back as a heel. I think she'd be a good heel.
yeah, yeah. But from what I've been hearing, the crowd has been booing Bianca. So Bianca might turn heel, and we might see her and Naomi and Nia Jax form a little bit of a squad right there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that can go with Naomi and Jade, and I like it. But I got a feeling that after this match, win or lose, whoever wins, whoever loses, this is gonna be the beginning of Jade and Bianca having a feud. So that's what I'm gonna go with. And I also heard a rumor. Don't quote me on this. I heard a rumor that Big E might be cleared. He might be medically cleared. Do not quote me on this. Once again, I heard a rumor. So what are rumors? They're false. They're not facts. Okay. If the rumors are true, however, though, if it happens to be true, he's gonna have something to do with that match with the New Day versus the War Raiders.
Yeah.
I can't fathom what he's gonna do. But if he is cleared, he is gonna get it. He's gonna be involved in that match somehow. And another thing too, Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. That's going to be the beginning of the breakup of Bloodline 2.0. We're not. This is going to be the beginning of the end. I have a gut feeling about it, and I think this time we're going to see Tama Tonga and his brother Tongaloa, break off and do their own thing as the Tongans. You know, um, and I don't mean to offend the Polynesian community, but I guess that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see the Tongans do their own thing. They have another brother Hikaleu who's actually signed to WWE. I think this is going to be the beginning of them branching off and showing us some of that Tongan culture that a lot of people often mistake for Samoan culture. Y'all need to stop that too. Y'all wrestling fans, you need to stop that. Y'all got to stop saying, yeah, Tongans are Samoans. No, they're not. That's like calling me a Guyanese, a Trinidadian, or a Jamaican. I mean, yes, we have similar cultures, but we're not the same. We're not all of the same country. Like we're of the same community. So y'all need to stop that, man. Stop calling these guys Samoan. They're Tongan. Damn it. And Superfly Jimmy Snuka was Fijian as well. So
Not a lot of people know that though. That's the thing.
I mean, pardon?
Not a lot of people know that's Tongan. You don't put that. That is like a popular group. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Not a lot of people know that, but like I said, the kind of person I am, I'm always looking into stuff, and just um just learning, man. Because like I said, people say ignorance is bliss, but no, it could be very embarrassing and humiliating at times. So I always believe that, it's always good to look into stuff and, you know, look at documentaries and so on. So let me see what this guy's saying. Okay, Chris Benoit. Okay, the dogs are in the enclosed pool area, garage side doors. Okay, I don't know if you're trying to be controversial, but that's not cool, bro. If you're trying to be controversial on the show, that is not cool. Um, 'Cause I don't know what that means. But if judging by your pick, if you're making if you're making some kind of like thing towards what happened back in 2007, yeah, that's not cool, bro. Triple H wouldn't shut up. Yeah, but you know something? A lot of so I noticed something with Hollywood. I know we're kind of um we're kind of veering off the path a bit because this is about WrestleMania Night One. But in regards to Hall of Fame, ceremonies, what I've known is that not every speech is going to be the same. Not every speech is going to be exciting and so on. There's some people that are talkers, and there's some people that are just blah, 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 blah. They just have no enthusiasm and whatnot, and that's cool. That's what makes the world go around. I mean, everybody has their own way of telling a story, especially one that pertains to their life. So, you know, it is what it is with the Hall of Fame ceremonies. I've heard some that are okay, and I've heard some that are like, wow, I am actually tuned in. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody around me. I'm listening to Bret Hart talk. I'm listening to Mil Mascara's talk or Edge or, whoever's being inducted. So the Hall of Fame ceremony is like that. It is what it is. I mean, there's some people that are going to be short about it, and there's some people that are going to be, you know, that are going to sit there and tell you a whole story, a whole movie, and it is what it is. I mean, and plus, it's Triple H, man. I mean, come on, the guy is hella hilarious. I'm sorry, but that guy is just was so freaking funny, man. Bobby, you and I back in the day, back in the 2000s, when we were in our 20s, we kind of based our mannerisms off those guys, man. We were like, yeah, like I said, certain stuff that we did back in the day, we can't talk about now, but yeah, due to cancel culture and everything, but yeah, that was a time to be had. But enough about us. That was the WrestleMania card. With that being said, Bobby, once again, thank you very much for, taking time out of your busy schedule to be a guest on our show. I know it was last minute, but we really and truly appreciate it. Before we, shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk about wrestling and whatnot?
You can get Bobby Stryker on Twitter and Instagram, and but also Bobby Stryker 1028 on Twitch.com.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are still a little bit heavy, but I'm gonna still try to get some more sleep before NXT Stand and Deliver. And my stomach is rumbling a bit. Might get some breakfast as well too. But before I partake in whatever activities I want to partake in, if you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. You can definitely find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. I'm also on TikTok at the Remy Blue as well. I'm also on Facebook as Remy Blue, and our podcast, of course, is on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Blue Sky at Ringside Society.bsky.social. We're also on Spotify and Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have hoodies, we have T-shirts, we even have coffee mugs. We have 3 different designs. We're working on getting the rest out. So, definitely check us out. Pop some merch. All proceeds go back into keeping our show afloat. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where you can see cool episodes like this one, like the ones we've done with, Fire and Fury, the Brothers Gray, El Magnifico and his brother El Terrifico, and his tag team partner Uranagi, the Cardinal. Um, the Cardinal as well too. Has actually been who's another great guy who was on our show. Um, all those great episodes you could definitely see on YouTube, and to see them, it's really simple. It's not that difficult. Just go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really good looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue frames around it, that's where you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. As a matter of fact, speaking of the Cardinal, Nick Thompson, um, that episode right there is it's one you should definitely check out. It's really great. I never knew that significance about the Cardinal as an animal, and shout out to him as well. Really cool guy, Nick. We hope you're still kicking ass over there in um, the DMV or no, actually New York, the New Jersey area. Definitely a great guy. So definitely make sure y'all check out that interview as well. And like I said, we got a lot of great stuff on YouTube. So definitely go ahead and just subscribe to all our videos, and you know trust me, you will not be bored. But with that being said, um it's a once again, thank you very much, to those of you that tuned in live. Thank you very much to those. Thank you in advance to those of you that are going to watch later on. And to those of you that are gonna that really wish we would stop doing what we're doing, well, like myself for the Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. And we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware. It's not a secret to anybody here in Ringside Society that we're very well, that everybody and their grandparents and and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. I know many times I got to say this. We're not just any podcast. You know, we're definitely, you know, I'd like to say, I know normally I do my normal spiel here, but
Want me to take it?
uh,
Want me to say it?
no, 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 no. Because I look back at 6 years, man, and I just gotta say, I don't think I mentioned it here, but I just gotta say, I know I normally do the cool outro thing, but I just gotta say, it's been 6 years since we started, and I know we've only said this on Instagram and Twitter, but I just want y'all to hear this, um, personally from me, the CEO of Ringside Society. Thank you very much for those of you that have been on our show, whether it's been on the flagship show or the um, or 50 Minutes of Fandom, which is our other show, or even Larry's and Legacies. To those of you that actually, even if you just like liked our stuff, shared our stuff, viewed our videos and whatnot, really and truly, that means a lot to us. Thank you. You know, um, words can't describe how much, how grateful we are when y'all do that. So thank you very much. Y'all are, pretty much the driving force behind what we do. What we do here is not based off of like clout, it's based off of true love for professional wrestling, and a love of just letting people get on here and tell their stories, whether you're a wrestler or a referee, a ring announcer, or a manager. Thank you very much for all the support that y'all have given us over the years. This is definitely not goodbye. We are definitely going to keep on doing what we're doing because we're on a mission, and we owe it to y'all to keep doing what we're doing. So once again, thank you very much for 6 years. Here's to 7 more. And also we'll be doing our WWE 2K25 giveaway very soon. So brush up on your knowledge on that. And with that being said, once again, I'm gonna say it right now. And Bobby, if you know it, you could say it too. But I'm gonna say it right now. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for WrestleMania night one. Bobby, what type of podcast are we?
Wrestling fan podcast.
That's right. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we'll be back tomorrow talking about WrestleMania Night 2. And also, we're going to give our reactions to Night 1. because I know night one's gonna be crazy. So until then, y'all, we just have four favors for y'all: stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling.
Yo,
We
bro,
out.
I had a question before you leave off.
Sure,
Are we
go ahead.
same time tomorrow?
Same time tomorrow, same place.
All right. See you later.
We out, y'all. We out, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.